Hello everyone, in this video I will teach you how to work with massing and site and to obtain this blue colored and selected element. So this is the topo solid that I worked and practically used on my site. It wasn't as extended as I wished to, but this is what I got after 3D modeling. We're not going to model exactly the same thing, but I'll teach you the basics of how to do the roads on a slope terrain, how to set up some sort of, let's say, a hole or something like you see on here, a different type of terrain, and maybe make a hole for the foundation, and how to set the curves, uh, the level curves, and how to do such slopes. So I'm going to create a new, and also ultimately how to create this, let's say, water slab or whatever, this waterway. So yeah, that's the objective of this tutorial. So let's get started. I will open a new file, new project, metric. And let's see if I can copy this WG into my workspace. I'll give you the files. I'll give a link or maybe put it on a Patreon. Okay, let's see if I can copy it in a project. Not really. Let's see, I go to L1. I go to L1 and make it this visible and hide in view elements. Okay, and that should be my WG, which will Control C, L1, Control V, and see if I go to scope box none to have my handles and see where on earth is my WG placed, if it is placed. Nowhere to be found. Weird. Oh, it actually is placed, but it is misplaced, I could say. L1. Let's go to L1 for this project. Okay, maybe it is at a level and maybe it isn't visible. L1. Let's check L1 in here and maybe the view range. View range. Oh, yeah. Let's check if I put it to unlimited. Maybe yes. That's the problem. That was the problem. So now I have my site placed, let's say, and I'll try to create the same terrain. So yeah, this is in the center of Bucharest. This is the historic quarter. So you have here like Unirii Square, and this area is the old, let's say, center for the. So yes, here is the old center of Bucharest. Here you have the History Museum. Here you have the Czech Bank, let's say, headquarters. Here is the National Bank in the plan. It isn't yet drawn. And you have the Villa Cross passageway. So yeah, you have I have a Hanul Manuk. That would be, let's say, here. That would so that building would be something like guest house, let's say, that would receive various travelers in the 1700s. And yeah, basically they could eat and sleep there. Now you can eat there, but I'm not sure if you can necessarily sleep there. But anyway, so these were some historic details because this is an important part of the city. So I think I will delete all these It doesn't really help me in my case. Yeah, delete all elevations, I'll create my own. Okay, so the terrain in question is this one. I try to recreate this terrain, so I go to massing and site. I have topo solid, create from sketch, or you can create from import. Then I will create from sketch, and you draw it basically like a slab, and I have something like, let's say like this, like okay. And I think I draw something like this, and this. I don't know, I'll draw only my area that interests me, and we'll see what we need next. So this would be, let's say, my terrain. Okay, I would like to make it transparent, and I have here right graphics in view. I talked in another tutorial about this, I think, when doing window families, that I would have liked to have such a right graphics in view, but unfortunately I do not. But here in the project I have, and I can do by element, category, or by filter. I will do by element because I have just one, and I can set the transparency to, let's say, to 20. And the effect that I wanted was to see these lines. I want to see these lines for me to guide myself. So yeah, I have this, let's say, space, and I have these let's say okay, interesting. I have these elements, so I have add point. This will add points. So normally my terrain will have a bunch of points that would be at different heights. I will place random. It will take too much to, to do all the let's say the level curves. So when I worked on the project, it took me several hours. You don't want to I guess to watch the tutorial this long, so I'll just keep it brief. So yeah, you can add some points here, and you can add some, let's say, uh, let's exit the settings. Okay, and now I should add point. I think I should make it, it's transparent. Yes, I need to make it more transparent, because I want to see the plan below. I do it like 70%. Maybe fine detail, consistent colors. So I will add points. Not, yes, this is critical. I need to have it transparent so that I place my points, and let's say I have the, oh, and I think I'll also bring, here I have my L1, and as you can see I have the photo. So basically in Romanian it's called plan cadastral. It's a plan, it's a topographic plan that has all the points here. If you can see 79 meters, 0.75, this point is 79.92. so all these points indicate what's the height of my terrain. You see you can also see the terrain contours, and that's what we're going to create. So I'm gonna copy this photo, Ctrl C, L1, Ctrl V, hopefully bring it into the same place. Yeah, the great thing when you copy some stuff, that it shows you the place where you can place it safely, and I don't have to, bother with missing some stuff. I think it is placed well, but I think my WG is not placed as well. Yeah, I should place it something like in here, I think, to to go over the road. Yeah, now it looks good. And then this corner house, wait, let's move a little bit. Now it should be a bit, to strive to be accurate. This is important because this is about the terrain. So I bring this photo here. Yep, now it should be okay, I suppose. For some reason it's not accurate. Is it tilted in my original? No, it isn't tilted. Weirdly enough, it isn't tilted. Okay, I keep it like this, I guess. Okay, let's see if I can do some other modifications. The question, yes, and my WG is tilted as well. Okay. Okay, the red error I guess still persists because I see that I have this defect. Okay, so it means that I would have to adjust the, or I leave it as is and just consider G. So it is, yeah. Let me check if I can rotate a bit the picture. Okay, and I want to find my point of pivoting. So yeah, I think I moved it. Now it's accurate, I guess. Yeah, now it's kind of accurate. I think this is a real workflow. I don't think I have quite seen this workflow on YouTube. So yeah, I have these. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it is perfectly placed. We have almost all the buildings. I'm not sure if I have to scale something or not. That's something I'm not sure of. Okay. So far so good. Maybe a bit scale. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. It's almost perfect. Yes. Okay. So now I think we have the photo and the streets and our, let's say, topo solid. And I think now we can start working on the project. So this would be how you work with the reference line, but weirdly enough, don't I have any extra picture? It's weird that I have only this one. That's weird that I do not have the second picture. That's a bit weird. Let me check drawing that I have made, and it's almost the final version. Okay, so we have this terrain, we have everything in place, and I'm pretty satisfied. So now we're going to place those points, add points, and we have 75, 37, 70, whatever. I think I will do, let's say, for this terrain, I will not have 70 meters of depth. I will basically tell it that it's 4 meters height, or let's say 40 meters height, to accommodate all the height difference, but the rest of 50 meters, which is stable, let's say, or 70 meters, that I will keep separately, let's say. Okay, so I just have to find these points. If you can see, I have these curves in here. I don't know, something like this. And basically I have a lot of points to place, and that is the most tedious part, because unfortunately I don't think I have a let's see if I can have a split line. Can I set a height for the split line? Because I did it with points and set their height, but that was kind of inefficient. Let's see, if I do a split line, do I have a... It's just a line? Or supports? No. And a split line. Oh, it just had a split line. That's a pity. Yeah, that's a pity. That's a pity. I have to annually add points and set their height. That makes things very inefficient. If I had, let's say, curves, that would have been better. And now I'm wasting time putting points, and I have nothing that I can do. In other softwares, I could have placed those points better, or at least I could have copied them. Okay, so I will place these points, and you will place in your terrain too. That's it, you have to accept the situation. Okay, something like this. As for now, those points don't have their heights, but they will have at least part of them. So now I place my points on those curves. Okay. Okay, and I have some other points in here. Wherever I find some altitude points, I place some of those. Okay. And I think, yeah, I think I'll do only this corner. So basically I will reduce my area because I don't have much of a space. I do not have my... Or I leave it as is. No, I leave it as is. Because I want to show something on this terrain. Okay, now you cannot necessarily see the changes because you know, and now you have modify sub elements, as this creates basically those values or whatever, and now you have to elevate these points. So let's say I elevate this point, this point, this point. I'll not be accurate this time, but when you do have the project, you basically go into L1. So we go into L1, modify sub elements, and I tell this point, okay, this is, and when you tell this point is again 5 minutes. That this makes it tedious. This is why it took me several hours. So if you waste time on that, I just modify some elements and show you the principle, and just play with the arrows. So as for now, it will not be like topographically accurate. I'll show you just the principle. Let's make it a little lower because here the height of the terrain kind of descends. Modify some balance. The difference is kind of 5 meters, something like that. It's not that much. So this is lower. This something like this and like this. So the shape is kind of like this, but let's say the accuracy is not yet ready, and that would require a lot more points to draw. Something like this, So yeah, that, and these points will have some various heights, I guess. Oh, sorry. So yeah, these points will be, let's say, higher, higher, higher. Yeah, and I'm trying to raise this as well. This should be like a plateau. I think, can I delete my... Oh, I can actually delete a bunch of those points. Yeah, I showed you how to put them, but I will not waste time with those points. I want to create my, let's say, my hill. Yeah. Yeah, actually I will get rid of those points because in my case I waste time. I told you how you can put them on those contour lines, but for the purpose here, it's not efficient. So yeah, this would be my... it's an upward slope. Okay, and I have to make my road. I think this is the first part of the tutorial because it is a lot to do. So yeah. So this is the terrain. Let's put it in consistent colors. It's a fancy gray terrain. As you can see, I have my terrain placed. It's not exact, but it kind of represents the level difference, and I think it's even lower. What was the height for this point? At point 6 meters. It was like 70 meters here on this side, and here like 74, 75. Yeah, it's kind of like on there. Oh, like around there. Okay, so thank you for joining for this part of the massing. Uh, Now the next step will be to add some roads and yeah, to add the water surface. So thank you for joining in and see you in the next tutorial, part, let's say, 2.